The picture exchange communication system, also known as Pecs, is a great way to teach and reinforce communication attempts. Pecs has been proven to be effective for children ages 3 to 14 and can be used with individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Pecs can be used with individuals that lack expressive vocal language or those that are delayed in their speech. I've seen Pecs used as an intervention to kickstart language and as an intervention to expand language and increase sentence length. Pecs were developed in 1984 by Frost and Bondi, and evidence for its effectiveness has multiplied in the interim years. If you want to implement a picture exchange communication system, you need to attend a 2-day training. The training costs about $300, and at the end, you obtain a certificate so you can implement the system yourself. Pecs involves 6 phases that may vary in length depending on the skills of your learner. Some kids fly by, and some kids it takes a little longer, especially in that first stage. It's obviously a disadvantage that implementers require specific training and that it's such a lengthy process, but it has been proving to be very effective as a means to increase communication. Also, Pecs has the opportunities to vocally communicate as well, so it can increase spoken language at the same time. It also doesn't require many prerequisite skills except a desire or a motivation to obtain items or activities that can be mediated by another person. I'm going to demonstrate the first phase of Pecs for you. In the first phase of Pecs, you would teach one picture at a time. You shouldn't always teach the same picture, but you don't want a learner to have to discriminate at this point. So first, you should tease the learner with an item you know they desire. So I know that my learner wants this ball. You can perform a preference assessment beforehand to determine what will be motivating for your learner. So you might hold up the ball, play with it a little, and once they start to reach toward it or look at it with intent, you would have your prompter give them a full physical prompt, if necessary, to hand over the peck. Once you have the peck in your hand, you immediately say the name of the item. So I would say ball and hold them right next to each other, and then I would hand the ball to the learner. That should be immediate. There should be no delay, and you don't want to add any extra words. You don't want to say good job, anything like that. You want them to really understand the connection between this peck, the word ball, and getting the item that they want. And you can slowly fade the prompts out. So at first you might teach with a full physical prompt, but eventually you can fade that so that they're more independent. And you always want to have a prompter in the back so that they understand that you are the communication partner and your role isn't confused at all. In phase 3, you'll put out multiple pictures, usually on a Pecs board, so that the learner has to discriminate what they want. So usually you'll start with a preferred item and a non-preferred item, and then you'll slowly move to 2 preferred items. So I'll demonstrate that for you real quickly. Ball. In phase 4, you build upon sentence length. So you want to add a carrier phrase to a sentence strip like this one. So it says, I want, and then the learner will put the peck that they want here and then hand you the whole sentence strip. So I'll demonstrate that for you real quick. I want ball. In the next phase, or phase 5, you teach the learner to answer the question, what do you want? So you would just do the same exact thing, but you would first prompt it with, what do you want? And then they would hand you the sentence strip, I want, with the item. And then in phase 6, you'll introduce carrier phrases such as I see, I hear, I feel, it's things like that to teach commenting. So as you can see, Pecs can be used for a wide variety of communication attempts, and it's a great option for those that lack vocal communication skills.